So welcome to Creations by Karen, and today I'm going to show you how to make something that's going to change your life. So I was laying in bed a couple of weeks and I was looking at my bedside table, and I want to know if anybody has this problem other than me. Maybe it's not in your bedroom, but it's somewhere in your house, and it's this: chaos. So this is what I had on my nightstand. And it's, okay, so I'm OCD. So this causes me stress because it's too much happening, right? Because I got an iPad, I have a watch. It's not this one, it's the one I have. A watch that needs to be charged, a couple of phones, and I thought, I gotta figure something out. So I came up with something cost effective. You're gonna love it. So I'm just going to put this aside because it's right now it's causing me stress. Hey everybody, does anybody else have this issue? Cords everywhere. So I'm just going to unplug these, okay? Because this is the last time you're going to see this at my house. Just insane. It's insanity, I say. Right? So I've got two phones. Why do I have two? Yeah. Just because I do. So say goodbye to these. Now put them over here. And I'm going to plug all this in later. And I'm going to put it so I can reach it. I know it does. Crazy. All right. So this is what I came up with. I thought, okay, I got to figure something out. So I went on YouTube and I looked around to see if I could, and Pinterest to see if and I'm not spending a whole lot of money, people, right? It's just not the way I roll. Okay, so I went to my local dollar store, Dollarama here in Canada. You don't have them in the States. I know Michael's has something similar, but it's quite a bit more money. Hi, guys. And it's quite a bit more money, but use a coupon, and it might be $5, all right? In Canada, at the Dollarama here in Canada, it was $2.50. $2.50. And it's a box, just a box. And it's got a lid. Right? Box with a lid. So I thought I can use this. It's going to be easy. Hey guys, all right. So as you can see, I've drilled the holes, all but one, because I want to show you how I drilled it. And this box isn't like expensive, like $2.50 or $2.75, I don't remember, but it's not very wide. So the problem with just using a regular drill bit would cause this to splinter. So I asked the wood guy at the market, hey guys, how I can not have the splintering happen. And he told me to get something called a Forster bit for it. So I went out and I bought a set of Forster bits because it was cheaper than buying like a couple. Like, they're not cheap. So I think I got this at Home Depot and it was maybe $40, all right? And it's got a whole bunch of Forster bits. Now the difference between Forster bits and real, like just regular bits, we're going to use this one. See what it looks like? This is a 1/2" Forster bit that we're going to use. See how it's got like a sharp pointy thing, and then, I don't know a lot about these, but, and then like the bit. All right, so we're going to use a 1/2" Forster bit for the front of this. This is what I use for the front. And then for the side one, and you got to put one on the side, and I'll tell you why in a minute, you're going to use a 5/8 Forster bit. And it's this size, okay? So it's just a bit bigger. So there's a 1/2" and there's the 5/8. Right? I've already drilled that hole, but all the holes you drill will be the same way, or except for the size. So, I'm just going to close this up. And Lexi doesn't like the sound of drilling. And I'm sure you don't either. That's why I'm only doing one. So I have my Ryobi drill bit, or drill thing. And it's chargeable, which is great. Hey everybody, and then I'm just going to put my drill bit in here and tighten it up nice and tight. Okay? Now to figure out how many holes you want, first you have to do the top part. Okay? So I'm going to put this aside for a second. And what I used were tumbling blocks. And you're going to need a few of them. Now, I wanted to have a place for my iPad, a place for my watch, and 2 phones, okay, in this. So, my iPad, I knew had to be fairly high, and it'll be at the end. So, I have to take this off and put this on here. Okay, so I'm going to use hot glue and E6000. So I bought some tumbling blocks at my local Dollar Tree. You found my cat in Toronto. Yay! Okay, tumbling blocks. I got them at Dollarama. But if you can't find these in your Dollarama and you have a Jenga set at your house, you know, where you pull the blocks out. So this is what a Jenga block looks like. What do they do with them? I had one. Hang on. Jenga block. Okay, here's the Jenga block. Now, it's quite a bit bigger than this one, but the same like width, but it's a little bit longer. But the problem I have with the Jenga blocks is they've got Jenga like written in here. So if you want to use your Jenga blocks that you have at home, hi guys, what you have to do, I'm going to show you this part too, in case you want to use Jenga blocks. Get a glove. Now, do you have Jenga blocks at home or tumbling blocks? And I just got some spackle. Dry deck spackling compound. Dry time indicator. So it starts out pink, and when it's dry, it goes white, right? So here's my Jenga I've got here. And it's like, if you just painted it, you'd see the Jenga. So just stick your finger in here and then just put a little bit of the spackling compound on it and just put it aside. Easy peasy. And I'm going to show you how I've done it with that. Anyways, so get some, just get some spackling compound. I have this because I'm moving like pictures all the time, so I got to use it. I'm just going to put it over here. So I got my glue gun, and I also have my E6000. So what I want to do, because I'm going to use tumbling blocks, I'm going to make one with 3 tumbling blocks like this, and I'm going to make 4 of these. You're a jack of all trades. Well, no. But you know, it was driving me crazy. So I figured I had to do something about it. So I'm going to build these. And I've built a couple already. Okay? But I'm going to show you how I did it. So you have an idea how to do it. So this is going to be 3. So, take my E6000. Hey, everybody. And then just take this. And I put 3 dabs on it, each one. Okay? Like that. A little bit of a stuff on it. Let's take that part. And then I'll do this one. So once again, 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And put your lid back on here. You guys are funny. Okay, and then I take my hot glue, because this takes a while to dry, and you know, I'm impatient. So if you use the hot glue, Gorilla Glue, you could just put some Gorilla Glue on here. I didn't leave it enough. I've got another one here. And I just put Gorilla Glue. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I just put it on top of this one, and you make sure that it's exactly in half, like where you want it. Okay, just like that. And when you put the Gorilla Glue on, it almost like is instant, right? But you have to hang on to it for a second. And then I'm going to take this and go one, not quite yet. One, two, three, four. And just put this one on top of this one, because I wanted a tall one for my iPad, and then smaller ones for my phones and watch. Are you following here? Pretty easy, really. Okay, I'll make another one. That's only going to be this big, right? So it's pretty much set, but I'm going to put it to the side and let it cure a little bit. So I'm going to make this one. So take my E6000. Hi, from Kentucky. E6000, 3 dabs of this. Put it to the side. Take your hot glue. Should be working now. Yep. 4 squirts of that. And then just place this here. Now, how many you need is totally dependent on how much electronics that you have and need to be charged. What am I making? I'm making a chaos controller. It's to control all the wires for your electronics, phones, iPads, whatever, all that stuff. Causes me anxiety, so I'm making one, something to de-stress. All right, so tumbling blocks. Now, first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your lid. Now, you can go ahead and paint this. I'm not going to. But what I did was I kind of marked out where I wanted my blocks to be standing. So I'm doing this first before I do my drilling, so it has time to set. All right, so I'm going to take my pencil. Where's my pencil? Here it is. And I've made kind of just lines. That says left, that says right. And like I said, you just like put your electronics on to see where you want these to go. And like I know my iPad's going to go in here. 1, 2 phone here, 1 phone here, and my watch goes here. That's how I'm working it. Chaos controller. I like it too. All right, so see how I've got that there? So I just take my ruler and I'm placing it down here because I want it to be the width of this ruler. That's just what I like. You can make it however you want, guys. I'm just giving you ideas here. So once again, take my E6000. I think I'm going to call it the Chaos Controller. I think that sounds good. So I'm going to start at this end with the 3. What have I done with 3? Here it is. All right. E6000 first. 1, 2, 3. I'm putting it upright in a candle here. And then I take my hot glue and put the hot glue on it. 1. And I'm just putting it between the E6000 that I have here. So I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to place it down. So I want just the edge of it to be where I've made my mark. And I'm just going to hold it for a second. You like it? I do too. All right. So just like that. And then I'm going to take one that has 2. Do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, and hot glue. 1, 2, 3, put one more, 4, just for good measure. And I'm just putting it, butting it against my ruler, so they're all the same sort of length. And just hold it for a second. I will call mine large and in charge. You can call it whatever you want, Bonnie, and you better make one of these, my friend. Here's another one. What are you guys gonna call theirs? Like if you make one of these, what do you think? Tell me what you think you'd call it. I like chaos controller because it's chaos to me. Take your tumbling blocks, place it down. Union Station, that's good. I like that one. That's good, I like it. Come on, guys, tell me what you think. Union Station, that's fun. That's the Toronto thing. So I'm just putting hot glue on because then I don't have to worry about the E6000 like drying so slowly. Then I can just... So see how I've got my ruler here? So all of them are going to be sort of even. What? Nobody's got any other ideas? And the last one. 1, 2, 3. I know, it's 4 o'clock. I did post that I was coming on though. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I would suggest just wiping off any excess glue that you have. So I'm just going to take my last one, place it down. Just like that. Just hold it in place for a second. You like it? I did too. All right. So this takes, like, it's pretty secure now, but I would say 24 hours, I would leave it. All right. So that's where I'm at so far. So this is where all my devices are going to go. This is going to be for my iPad. This is going to be for a phone, another phone, and my watch, because it needs to be charged at night too. Okay? That's what we got so far. Once again, tumbling blocks and just box that I got at my local Dollarama. And if you don't live in Canada, you don't have a Dollarama, go to a dollar place. They might have them. Dollar General, Hobby Lobby, I'm sure, would have wood boxes that you can make. All right, so then I'm going to take this, and like I've already applied the holes, half of them, like all of them but one, and just go on here, replace your lid. So now you want to decide where you want the holes. And I would say make the holes sort of right in the center. Okay, so you're going to drill a hole here, 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 and here. I've already got them drilled here, right? So I'm going to just decide where I want this one, which is going to be right there. Keep your pencil handy, you're going to need it. All right, shut that off for a second. Maybe I'll leave it on. I'm going to take my lid off, and I'm going to drill my hole, my last hole. Now, like I said, I've already drilled like all the ones except this one, but I wanted to show you how to use this Forstner bit. So I wrecked a couple of boxes before I got a Forstner bit, and even with the Forstner bit, because the wood's so thin, you have to kind of build it up at the back. So my son, Curtis, he cut me a piece of pine that fits just like in here, like that, right? So when I'm going to be drilling, I'm going to be drilling through here, but it's not going to chip so much at the back. And if you do, that's okay if you're making it just for yourself. But if you plan on making these and selling them, then I would suggest, you know, using some spackle to cover that up. Thing is if you use the spackle, then you won't be able to use the stain. You'll have to paint it. Okay, so that's just something to think about. So, got my Forstner bit loaded. I need my battery. Now this is gonna sound, you're gonna hear stuff, all right? But I'm gonna do it because you guys are gonna know that anybody can use power tools. You don't have to be a guy. Girls can deal with power tools too, right? So I just hold this really snugly and make sure that your box is kind of facing down. So I'm going to stand up and do this, right? So sorry. So I'm just going to take my Forstner bit. Now there's a place where you can just, it's like a pointy thing. And okay, you're going to hear some noise here. Sorry, right? It's only me for a second. Okay, you'll know when you've gone through, right? So take this, dump it. So see how I've got some chipping at the back? That's okay. I can just take some spackle and just fill that in, right? So that's what you've got. Now, if you're using good quality wood, you're not going to have that chipping. Well, not as much. You might still have it, right? Then what you do, not going to need this anymore. So you're going to drill as many holes as you need for your electronics, and you got to drill a little bit of a bigger one on the side because the device that I'm going to place in here has quite a bit of a wider sort of end piece to it. So you got to be cognizant of that. You can make that one wider, and I'm using a 5/8 drill bit to do that one. So then I have pieces of sandpaper. I'm going to start with the two, sorry, not that one, moment, 60, 80 grid, I guess they call it. And I do this for all of them. Just going to plug this in before I forget. All right. And I'm just going to cut a piece of this off right here. Take my pencil, and what I do is just wrap it around, and I've weighed a few of these, so I kind of got this down. I wonder if your masking tape over the area you work. No, it doesn't. I've tried everything. It's just because it's thin, cheap wood, I think. So just take your sandpaper and just go around the hole. With the 80 grit. I think it's called 80 count. I don't know. Right? And then just take it again. I fold it in half. And I'm just going to make it so that it's smooth. Okay? Then I take, and this is 240, so it's quite a bit finer. Let's do the same thing. Just wrap it around my pencil. Hey everybody, I'm sure cardboard box would work as well. Maybe cut. Yeah, you could try it. Sure. I'm just going to do the same thing with the finer sandpaper. Fold it in half and just sand it off so it's nice and smooth. And what I would suggest is just sanding all this too while you're at it. Okay? All right. So we got our holes drawn, or holes drilled. I've got 4 in the front and 1 on the side. And this one, once again, these are using a 1/2 inch Forstner bit, and this is using 5/8. All right. Are you following, people? If you're following this, give me a thumbs up so I know that you got this down. Let's see them. Oh. All right. So then you want to paint this next. All right. So I'm not going to paint the whole thing. Just get, okay, yay. Okay, good. 1 minute. Gotta have a drink. Oh, I like the thumbs up. That's good. There's where we're at. Now we're going to paint it. And you can paint it whatever color you like according to your decor of your bedroom. I did one in lime green for my bedroom. I did one in purple. And because I didn't know which one I wanted, because my bedroom is lavender and lime green. So I'm doing the lime green one, and I can't decide if I like that one better than the purple one, but we'll see. But just for today, I'm using wood stain. And this is in the color Amaretto. Amaretto's good. I like the name, right? So, before I stain it, one last thing. So, this is what we're going to use to put in the inside of it. I got these on Amazon. So, I don't have a whole lot of room here. And this is just a little bit too small. Just a little bit. Like just a fraction of a millimeter, an inch. So what I did is got a rasp, I think it's called. And I'm just going to make a little, like, I don't know what I want to call it. Make a little small, I'll show you what I mean. Just to allow that to come through. This is a rasp. I don't know. I just know what I'm supposed to get. So you just do that. It's not going to be completely round now because you've kind of sanded it off. Just take this and make sure that it fits in through. Not quite there yet. That'll do it. Take your sandpaper. Just make sure that's nice and smooth as well. Now let's see if it'll go through. Oh yeah, it's gonna go through. Maybe not. Oh. A little bit more. Yep, there we go. That's got it. Groove. Is that what it's called? I think it's a rasp. Just going to give it a little bit of a sand here. There we are. So then you're going to paint it. And basically all I'm going to do, just take my stain and just paint it inside first. I'm not going to do the whole thing, guys. You get the drift here. Just going to paint it like this. Now when you get to do the holes, what I suggest you do is just take your paintbrush and just kind of swirl it in the holes here. So the whole inside of the hole is like stained. But you don't want to have really excess. You know what I mean? You get the idea. So just for time, I've gone ahead and done it. Once again, this is amaretto that I'm using. I'm just going to set that here. Where can I put this so Lexi won't get into it? All right. All right, so let's recap. Get yourself a box. Do this part first, okay? I use tumbling blocks. You can use Jenga. If you're going to use Jenga, just make sure that you put a little bit of filler in the Jenga part before you do it and sand it off. And then it's according to how many pieces of electronics you need to charge. I'm using 4, so I made 4 holes with the lid and the sections appropriate, okay, in the front. Are you good? Okay. I've already done it. So, I've already done one. All right. Now, this has just been 1 coat. I'm not using 2 coats, but I've got my 4 holes, and I'm just going to open this up. So this is where we're at. Now, good thing I plugged in my other glue gun, because my batteries are dying on my cordless. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is put your controller in here. And this, oh no, Lex. Okay, nope, alrighty. So what you need to do, go away, okay? There's too much stuff here, my friend. All right, guys. So I got this. So this is a 4 port thing. They have an on-off switch and a cord. Now I can do white or black. I'll just use black just to make it easy. So the first thing you're going to do is take this end and shove it through here. Okay, so that's through. Now you want to make sure that you have this, like, don't do it this way, because once you put your things plugged in, it's going to sit too high, especially if you're using these from Dollarama. So I put mine sort of this way. And this has on-off switches, which is great, because sometimes you don't need all of them. So, just going to take my E6000 again. Just put it on here. Just like that. And then just take my hot glue. And I'm just going to place it down close to the edge and hold it in place for a second. All right, so this is hanging out. So this is where we're at here. Okay, so see here how I've got the little groove here that I used my rasp with? I'm going to cover that up because I don't like it. So we're going to put this lid on here before it gets all over. So what I did is I went to my local hardware store. No, Teresa, I got them on Amazon. I got this thing on Amazon. And I think it was $9. So I bought these washers. And the good thing about these is you can cut them. Right? So I want to, this won't fit. But I didn't want to get a real big one. So I'm going to cut it. So I just take my tin wire cutters, and I'm not doing it on there, so. But you have to use a bit of force for it. Cut a little piece, and then cut another little piece off. And that just allows you just to open it up a little bit. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to open it up a bit, and I'm going to fit it through this cord and close that, right? Because I want to cover this. So you can do this with all of the ends, but I'm not going to because there's nothing wrong with them. Okay, so come around with your Gorilla Glue. And just glue this in place so it's hiding that little extra that you cut. Okay. Like that. See how that's, you can't see that little jet I made with the rasp? And this is the inside. Now then what you got to do, and you have to do this afterwards. You can't do it before. So what I did was I took just masking tape or painter's tape and I covered this. And I also covered here. This is the cord. And then I took Rust-Oleum Ultra Cover Paint and Matte Clear. Hi, Maggie Ann. Matte Clear, right? You can use satin if you want. You can use gloss. You can use whatever you want. This is what I'm picking. So I've gone ahead and done that. So I spray painted this and I spray painted this. And I've already done it. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. And I put a white one off on this one. Okay? So got my little circle on here. This is all in place. And this is all good. It's nicely finished. So let's control the chaos. All right? So I know this is going to fit on this way. So, going to take first my iPad cord. Here it is. And I'm going to feed the small end through the hole. Just like that, and they fit, guys. Crazy, isn't it? And I'm just going to put this in into here. Make sure it's turned on. Yeah, it's on. Make sure all of them are on first. Okay. Then I'm going to put the phone one of the phones, cord in here. I'll put it in number 3. Feed it through here. Plug it in. Just like this. Okay, there's another phone. Here's another one. Feed this through here. Plug this in. You see how if we had it up the top, it wouldn't fit. Plug this in. Last one will be my watch one. Just feed it through. And plug it in. Yep. I know. And I have moments of brilliance, all right? So I got all my cords contained in here. Just going to put this on. All right, here's where we're at. Let's control the chaos. Okay, my iPad first. Well, maybe I'll do my phone first. Got my phone cord. It just goes on here. My phone will sit there. Then I have the iPhone. Where's my phone? This one here. Just like that. Then this foam. And then my iPad. And that just sits up like this. And then this would just fit into one of these. I'll unravel it. This plugs in. And that, my friends, is controlling the chaos. What do you think? I want to see hearts if you think this was a really brilliant idea. Brilliant. Be able to sleep much better. Thanks, guys. Now I want to show you one more thing before we sign off. Somebody asked me at the market. I'm going to put this over here so you can see it. What about using, like some people have the charger thing, the round thing. So I went and got one. I bought one for you. So what I've done is I've used Jenga blocks for this one. So I'll have to paint this. So what I did is I took my charging thing that you just lay your cord, phone or whatever on here. I made a circle and then I'll just glue this because it's got little things. I'll just glue this on here. Like that. And I did trace where I wanted it to go. And then I'll just paint these. So you could have like an iPad phone that can be plugged in and then like a charger thing. And this will be the same. And all you have to do for these two, right? So this will go like this, is drill a hole at the, like in the base, drill a hole here, here, and here. So you don't have 3, but you got a 4-thing charger. So the ones I found, that the most reasonable price was I found on Amazon, and they come in a 4 or a 7. I think you could fit 7 in here, but 4 worked for me. So you would leave 1 not used if you're using this. Okay. All right. Thanks for sharing. Well, you're welcome. Who's going to try and make one of these? Now, certainly you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money on Forster bits or whatever. Just raid the drill bit and just be cognizant that you might have chipping in the back, and just use the dry tech, like the spackling, and when you have to paint it. Just going to make them. Let me see. All right. Well, that's it for this Thursday. You are good, Maddie. Good stuff. All right, guys. That's it for today. Glad y'all stopped in. I'll post a picture of it. And until Sunday, Anthony and I will be at the market making something for you. So make sure you come on Sunday. It'll be fun. Anyways, have a great rest of your day. Love you all. Have a good one. Bye.